Welcome back, Tapeheads. Today we are taking a look deep into the archives with a werewolf high school comedy that has it all. From puberty metaphors to basketball to the geeky, scrawny kid getting the girl to van surfing. That's right, tonight we are looking at Teen Wolf. Released in 1985, the star of Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox, was rising in his fame due to the popularity of his TV show Family Ties. So he decides to make a movie during his hiatus from the show. What movie? This movie, Teen Wolf. Let's face it, you think Michael J. Fox, you probably think one of the numerous other projects on his list. But for a few of us, we absolutely hold this metaphoric werewolf movie deep in our hearts. This movie was shown so much on late night cable. I'm talking USA Up All Night. I'm talking Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs on TNT. This was a late night staple where it found its audience due to the repeat play. I don't know that the movie did anything all that great financially at the box office. In fact, I want to say it opened like a month before Back to the Future, but then Back to the Future opened after this, and as a result, the people who owned Teen Wolf decided to wait to release Back to the Future in other, or Teen Wolf in other countries because of the popularity of Back to the Future, and they made way more money because they tried to essentially market it as a sequel to Back to the Future, even though it is in no way connected to that other film. Teen Wolf is a movie about Scott Howard, who is a basketball player on one of the worst teams in the division. So one night, Scott goes home and his heart is pounding. He's sweating. He thinks he's having some sort of an attack, but it turns out, family curse, we're werewolves. One of the best scenes in the entire movie is when his dad is also wolfed out and they have to have this delicate conversation about, there's a problem in our family. It's an absolutely wonderful scene and I love it every time I see it. The relationship between the father and the son in this movie is absolutely wonderful. I really love that kind of thing anyway, but the way that these two portray it is just next level. Then you've got Scott's buddy, Styles. Let's face it, every movie in the 80s tried to have a Styles, regardless as to if it was Pretty in Pink with someone like Ducky, or, he was just one of those characters that was like the funny, upbeat sidekick who always had a scam cooking. In this case, Styles finds out about Scott's werewolf problem and decides, we can market this. And so they do. Not only does this werewolf thing at first become a problem for Scott, but then it becomes a great benefit where he can suddenly play basketball like no one's ever seen before. And the coach is like, may as well. We need every advantage we can get. I mean, after all, this is the same team that had Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure on it. Just saying. Although the character of Chubbs, as he's known in the movie, I mean, again, an 80s staple. Every 80s movie had to have the token fat guy. This is just another example of that. The actor in question, though, also superb. Great, funny. Now let's talk about the soundtrack to this movie. And I say that because I'm not sure, but I'm 90% sure that this movie had songs made specifically for it by people you've never heard of. And not only were they made specifically for this movie by people you've never heard of, but they're actually really dang good songs. Off the top of my head, the end credit song, Shootin' for the Moon, comes to mind because it's just really iconic in that like 80s synth pop kind of way. But then you've also got the montage where they start winning all the basketball games, and the name of that song is Win in the End. You cannot find these songs. On Spotify, you can't find them on Apple Music. They are not available in their original format, sung by the original singers. No, instead, there is a band that has two songs, those two songs, called Ink's No Issue, and they've done a cover of both of those tracks. They're not bad covers, but they are not the original songs. However, that said, if you go here on YouTube, you can in fact find those two songs. Overall, this movie just screams Cult Corner, which is why I decided to cover it today. And if you're a fan of Teen Wolf, let me know in the comments what your favorite moments from this iconic movie is. If you're not a fan of Teen Wolf, let me know why. More importantly, what did you think of what they tried to do to our beloved classic with the terrible sequel starring Jason Bateman? That's right. At some point, I'll probably do a terrible sequels segment just to see how that goes over, and Teen Wolf 2 is probably going to be at the top of that list. That said, I'm your host, Cinema Kane. I hope you enjoyed this review of Teen Wolf and this latest episode of Cult Corner. If you did, don't forget to do all the things, like, subscribe, share, but more importantly, remember to always be kind and rewind, and I'll see you next time at the video store.